Coming up next on YCU News. Former state senator Jim Rubens plans to oppose Jeanne Shaheen in the 2014 midterm elections. Police seek the public's help in finding why a car came along another car and forced it into the guardrail on Friday morning. And a focus on renewable energy continues in Vermont. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCU, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region and central Vermont. News, sports, weather, public affairs, and all that's happening in our area. The news on YCU, your local view.
Good evening. I'm Rose Spillman. Thank you for joining us for this Monday edition of YCU News. The city of Lebanon, New Hampshire has a new police chief. Gary Smith will lead the 40-member department beginning November 12th. City Manager Greg Lewis announced Smith's appointment today. Smith has been deputy chief since March 2006. Smith has been interim police chief since February, when then police chief James Alexander retired. Smith has a long and dedicated police career. Rising through the ranks, he has served in Lebanon for nearly 27 years. He joined the Lebanon Police Department as a patrolman in 1987. Smith also is a member of the New Hampshire Governor's Commission on Domestic and Sexual Violence. Plus, he serves on the FBI Law Enforcement Executive Development Association and the New Hampshire Police Association. Lewis says he is proud to have Smith accept Lebanon's top cop role. Smith brings leadership and experience with him, says Lewis. Executive Counselor Ray Burton is known to many residents and reporters throughout New Hampshire. Burton's longtime public service includes working as a Grafton County Commissioner and advisor to the governor. The North Country and the many acres this covers is as familiar to Burton as the back of his hand. He has represented citizens' interests in Concord, along with businesses. On Friday, a scenic overlook at Breton Woods near Mount Washington was dedicated with Burton in attendance. Governor Maggie Hassan and several former New Hampshire governors recognized Burton's dedication at the new overlook. The site and rest area is located on Route 302 near the Mount Washington Hotel, New Hampshire Public Radio reports. Standing near the governor and guests were many of Burton's neighbors. Signs thanking Burton were plentiful. Last week, Burton announced that he would not seek re-election to the Executive Council. His kidney cancer has returned. His health needs are paramount. Burton has held public office for about 40 years. Hassan noted Burton's ability to serve his constituents' needs. Finding common ground and moving the state forward were key to how Burton conducted himself, Hassan said. Now that former Congressman Charlie Bass announced he won't challenge U.S. Senator Jeanne Shaheen for her Senate seat, another Republican politician is wasting a little time in getting attention. Former state Senator Jim Rubens announced this summer that he would oppose Shaheen in the 2014 midterm elections. Rubens says he is the best person to beat Shaheen. He says people should get behind his candidacy. Meanwhile, Republican politician from Massachusetts, Scott Brown, is helping raise money for GOP hopefuls. Claremont residents who are registered to vote will do so on Tuesday. The ballot features a mix of contested and uncontested races. There are 3 candidates for ward, 3 including incumbent Nick Koloski, Walt White, and Brent Furland. 11 residents are seeking 4 open spots for at-large council seats. An at-large councilor represents the interests of all of the city residents. About 13,000 people live in Claremont. YCU News will bring you election results throughout this week. Police seek the public's help in finding why a car came along another car and forced it into the guardrail on Friday morning. Police report the 2007 Ford Fusion, driven by 18-year-old Evan Simons, was forced out of the passenger lane to hit the guardrail. Simons lives in Saxtons River, Vermont. The other car, a 2000 Toyota sedan, came alongside Simons' car and forced the Fusion into the guardrail. The incident happened on Friday morning along Route 121 in Westminster, Vermont. Simons was wearing a seatbelt. He was not injured, police say. The two cars did not hit one another. Simons' car had passenger side damage. The driver of the Toyota sedan did not stop, say police. Simons was headed west to Bellows Falls. The driver of the other car was headed east. It was raining Friday morning and the road was wet. Anyone with information on the Friday morning crash is asked to call Vermont State Police. The number is 802-875-2112. A focus on renewable energy in Vermont continues, with Governor Peter Shumlin joining Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders in Williston today. A solar test site will be located in Williston. Money to fund the site is from federal sources. Shumlin and Sanders advocate for solar energy as a way to meet the state's and nation's heating and lighting needs. The cost to erect solar farms, plus manufacture solar panels, is decreasing. This is a step to bring more solar energy plants into use. Now we have the YCU weather forecast for the Connecticut River Valley and Lake Sunapee region. Tomorrow we have sunny skies with a high of 47 degrees and lows in the upper 20s. Wednesday will have a high in the 50s with a low of 42 degrees. Thursday will bring a few rain showers with a high of 62 and lows in the 30s. Friday and Saturday will have highs in the 40s and lows in the mid to upper 20s. If you're in the Bellows Falls area this weekend, head over to the Bellows Falls Opera House for Rusty Dewey's The Loggers Holiday Variety Show starting at 8 p.m. And now it's time for our YCU Game of the Week. It was an exciting senior day last Saturday as 6 seniors played in their final home game for Mascoma Valley Regional High School. The winner of today's game versus the Newport Tigers would make the NHIAA playoffs next week. The loser would end their season. Late in the first quarter, senior co-captain number 11, Kyle Kasorik, with the help of some great blocking, rumbles 56 yards to give Mascoma the early lead, 6-0. Early in the second quarter, Newport quarterback Tom Hogan hits sophomore Stephen Nix for this 30-yard touchdown strike to tie the game at 6. Mascoma would regain the lead as quarterback Justin Marsh, who was being dragged down by Jeremy Farnham, flips the ball underhanded to Andrew Cash, and Cash sprints 29 yards and tumbles into the end zone, giving Mascoma the lead 14-6. After scoring a touchdown with under 3 minutes to go in the first half, Newport would score again as Hogan would find Nix on this touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion run by C.J. Lawrence was good to give Newport the lead, 20-14, with just over 1 minute left in the first half. Newport would open up in game in the second half, scoring 3 more touchdowns to defeat Mascoma 42-14, ending the season for the Royals. Next Saturday, Newport advances to the Division III Western Conference Championship game at Stevens. I'm Rose Stillman for YCU, your local view. Good night.